Hello. How are you guys doing? I'm doing all right. I am doing good. Sleepy. That was me yesterday. I was very tired yesterday. Sure was. Sorry, guys. Had to say something to one of my coworkers. Talking about a meeting we had today. Oh yeah, yeah. All right. So, um, um, oh, what did I just pull up? Oh, okay. Oh, I almost closed my browser. That would not have been good. Um, so y'all see that the Happy Planner has another release. Um, I pulled up YouTube today, and that's all that was in my YouTube feed. And I was like, really? Really, Happy Planner? Really? So I see that they're doing like a teacher release. I thought the teacher release didn't come until like May. That's what I thought. Like in May that they do or do they do two teacher releases? I don't know. It was a little weird to me. Yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. Yeah, I was just like, I wasn't impressed with what I saw. I wasn't impressed. And they have like another sticker book that's got that whole jungle vibes. I don't like those colorful animals. Ugh, I don't like it at all. Yeah, they put out a release as well. So I'm not, I was like, nah. I'm proud of myself. I haven't purchased much of anything since I bought that last box that I bought. So I haven't really bought anything else from Happy Planner in a while. Hey, Sherry. How are you? buying rain binders and A5 paper. Yeah. Hey, Raz. Hello, hello. Man, we keep getting mosquitoes in here. All right. We were just talking about the new how Happy Planner just put out another release. Um, that release, because didn't they do a release? Wasn't the other release just like last week? The Pride release, wasn't that like literally last week? Oh no. Oh, I thank you for still joining us, Sherry. I hope you feel better soon. I hate to see you in pain like that. Hey, Kate. Sorry I missed the live yesterday, Kate. I went to hang with my bestie. And to tell you the truth, he and I ended up falling asleep. Yeah, so that's what happened there. Yep. Yeah, I think that Pride release was literally last week or the week before. But and it may have even been last week. And then they've got another release coming out this week, like seriously, on Friday. They're going definitely more neutral with the planners, and they have some. That's one thing I have liked about the spring release they did. They had a lot more nicer, as you say, neutral color palettes. I was telling Kate that's the one thing that was like attracted me to some of the sticker books that they came out with in the spring release was the fact that some of them were nice neutrals. Yeah. I think a lot of people have complained about it enough, and then they see that it's selling. They see these small shops selling a lot of neutral stickers. People like, according to Ali, it's all about the neutral palette. They see people like, what is it? No Teak, and what's the other one? Jane's Agenda. What's the other one? There's another one. Cloth and Paper. They see those companies doing more neutral, so they've got to come and compete. Yeah, and then everybody's copying what they're doing, so they got to do something different. I don't either. I don't either. I like that everything is not super. I'm tired of rainbows from Happy Planner. So when they just came out with the Pride release, I was just, I have nothing against what that release is all about. But my thing was, do we need any more rainbow from y'all? Like, y'all, I feel rainbowed out by Happy Planner. So to see that release, I was like, more rainbow. So I felt that they could have celebrated Pride Month. If this is Pride Month, I don't know when Pride Month is. I felt like they could have celebrated it without doing the release, because there's a ton of rainbow products already in their storehouse. So I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Christy. I like that the planners that they're coming out with are now more neutral, and then they're putting the color in the dividers and in the covers and the accessories as opposed to the planner pages. Like I've said this before, I got that Squad Goals sticker book. I thought it's so cute. It's seasonal. I don't ever want a seasonal planner again in my life. Ever. I don't want it. Like, when you're stuck with it week after week after week after week, it can be a bit much. Yeah. And one thing I know a lot of people are wanting them to do is get more neutral with that dashboard. They've gotten a little bit there, but they still have those colored boxes that everyone's not really happy with. So they've gotten towards getting better with that one. Oh, the pressed florals is really, really pretty. Yeah, I like the black and white because you can decorate your pages however you want to with the black and white. When you have all this extra color, you're trying to match the color or you're trying to cover up stuff. I've seen people get like some of those Squad Goals planners or those Disney planners, and there's like a graphic on every page, and that happened a lot with the wrong planners, and they're whiting it out every week. That's why I didn't buy any wrong planners. I did not want a graphic on my page every single week. Nope, nobody, nope. So, yeah. All right, we're going to get into our snack of the week because I have a lot of discussion for us today. So, I was in the store. Of course, I went looking for some ice cream. Didn't find the ice cream that I wanted, but I still picked up some. But then I went down the cookie aisle and I saw these butter pecan Pepperidge Farm cookies, and they're new. So I'm going to try them with you guys today. Yes. Now, my mom makes a really nice butter pecan cookie. And we're going to see if these are any competition to my mama's cookies. That's if I can get in this bag. All right, here we go. Ooh. That's what it looks like. Looks to be a nice distribution of the pecan. Let's see. I hope it's not too sweet. Let's see what's in it. Flour, sugar, butter, pecans, egg, baking soda, salt, vanilla, extract, tree nut meal. It's pretty decent ingredients on there. So. It's very buttery. That's a buttery cookie. I would like the pecan pieces to be bigger, but since it's a thin cookie, I guess it would be too much if the pieces were bigger. It's not too sweet. It kind of tastes like a shortbread cookie a little bit. But the sweetness is like perfect. But it's buttery. And the funny thing is, like, the more you eat it, it's like the more the butter flavor intensifies. It's crazy. Try it again. Mm. It's good. Now, they have one that is like dark chocolate with pecans that's thin like this one. And that one's really good. But yeah, this is buttery. And it has a little bit of a salty flavor at the end because of the butter. So it's a nice balance of that and the amount of sugar that's in there. So 2 cookies is the recommended serving. 160 calories for 2 cookies. Mm. What's the sugar content? 10 grams of sugar. 10 grams of sugar for 2 cookies. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that. Try heating it and see what it tastes like once it's heated. That would be good. Now I'm gonna set it down and I'm gonna try not to eat any more of it. Y'all know how I am. Yes, warm cookies are the best. You know what, Kate? It has to be a very good butter pecan for me to enjoy it. Bluebell has a good one. I think I've tried the Haagen-Dazs one. I believe I have. Have I tried the Haagen-Dazs one? I don't know. But I'm on the search for some gelato. While I'm speaking of the gelato, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. But I am on the search for almost all of these gelatos right now. All but the vanilla peanut butter swirl. I'm not a big fan of peanut butter with ice cream. I think it's kind of gross. But all of the other ones, I need them in my life. I need them all, especially that honey graham and that strawberry short, all of them, but that peanut butter one. I need them in my life. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but I am on the hunt, okay? I need 5 of the 6. What was I on? Facebook or Instagram, one of the two. And like, it came up as an ad and I was like, and immediately I ran to their website. I have got to get this gelato. Y'all need to go on their site and look at the flavors. Some of them are their layered ones, and some of them are just, the regular gelatos. And I don't know if you've ever had the Talenti layered ones. They're pretty good. They're pretty. Oh, man, I'm on the hunt, okay? When I find them, it's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. All right. So let's go ahead and get into our topic this week, which, as you could see on the little ticker here, is Behind Her Eyes. Now, I know some of us have watched it. Quite a few of us have watched it. So I felt like now would be a good time for us to discuss it. I found some pretty awesome discussion questions on a site called litlovers.com. So if you guys are interested in the link to that, I will gladly give y'all the link to that. But yeah, they had some discussion questions which I thought were pretty cool. All right, let's get into the first one here. So let's discuss the characters. Let's discuss their personality and motivation. So we're going to start with David. in the very beginning, David just seemed sad to me, right? And I found it interesting that in the first instance of him meeting Louise, that he was ready to go there in a sense. And that said a lot about his character to me as well. Um, he seemed very angry a lot of the time, high strung, almost like and then when it's in his interactions with Adele, he kind of seemed like he was trapped. He gave off this feeling as if he was just trapped and he wanted out. That's kind of how it seemed to me. Um, but I just thought it was strange that he gravitated to Louise so quickly after just meeting her. Um, but then I also kind of respected the fact that he didn't go there the first night. Because, some men do that. It is a limited series on Netflix. So I hope we're not doing any spoilers for you, Raz. But I've been telling everybody to watch it for a few weeks. Just pretend you didn't hear any of the discussion. It'll still blow your mind when you watch it. We'll try to keep the discussion without spoiling everything too much. Oh goodness. But yeah, that's how I feel about David. Anybody else got anything to say about David? Yeah, it's really, really good. It apparently it is based off of a book, which I don't know if I knew that. Maybe I knew that and forgot. But it's based off of a book, which makes me want to go read the book. Yeah, kind of makes me want to go read the book. Hey, Jacqueline. How are you? We are talking about Behind Her Eyes. We just started the discussion, and we're going to do some character breakdown first and talk about David. It'll blow your mind, Raz. He's controlling. He's carefree. Yes, at first, I felt like you said that's very true, Christy. But I did feel like he felt trapped with her, and like he was just over it, and he was done. Like, I gotta get out of this, But he was very, very different with Louise. Yeah. Not much. And that their interaction was it was almost awkward to watch their interaction, and kind of painful to watch their interaction with each other as well. He did seem like he was going to get caught when he first met Louise. Yes. Because after you fast forward, now you know why he felt like that. Because this wasn't his first time going there. He just didn't know how or why she changed. And yeah, I think he felt trapped. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I'm still trying to think like what it was that attracted him to Louise. Maybe because she was kind of laid back, and there was no stress and tension with Louise. I mean, only pre-hospital do we see Adele and David. True. All right, let's discuss Adele. What did we think of Adele's character and her motivation? At first, I felt very very sorry for her. I felt like, oh my God, this man doesn't want anything to do with her. She's trying so hard to please her husband and love her husband, and he wants nothing to do with her. And then she started getting real weird to me, especially when she was not taking the medication and stuff. You know, that was like concerning. Like, why would she be lying to him, saying she's taking these meds and she's not? And I felt that. I felt she led Rob on. I think she had Rob believing that the two of them were going to have something. And then she turned around and started talking about David and just kind of slap him in the face with it, you know. I felt she was trapped with what David's profession was at first. Mm-hmm. That's a good point. That's a good point. Very good point. I don't know, she kind of seemed to be like in la la land almost. Like, one thing that Adele did that really, really ticked me off, but now at the end I understood why she did it. I did not like the way she came into Louise's house and just start walking all around that woman's house. You don't do that. You don't move around somebody's house when you're there the first time unless they welcome you to do so. You know, I just did not like that. But now I know why she did it. You know? Yes, it made sense after the fact. Felt like she was being fun and kind in the house, but I thought she was luring Rob to David so Rob would kill him or all be together or something. Yeah, it was very weird. It was very hard to gauge who she really wanted. You know, mhm. Yeah. I never thought Adele in the hospital was in. No, I didn't think she was either. I just think, like Jacqueline said, I think she was just leading him on for whatever reason. Maybe he was a good substitute because she couldn't be with David. So she was able to get all that admiration and everything from Rob, but because David wasn't there to give that to her. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Supposedly from a fire when she was younger at her parents' house, which I started to believe she did the fire, but yeah. All right, let's talk about Louise. Louise was a little quirky to me. I felt like Louise was a little naive. Like, she just didn't know when to stop. Like, don't go there. Like, that's not a wise decision. When she found out David was her boss, that should have just been like, oh, you know what I mean? But I thought that she was foolish and naive to start having a relationship with Adele after knowing what had happened with her and David. Yeah, I just thought that was weird. Seriously, maybe she had a bunch of built up, but remember she had been stood up that night that she met David. She had gotten stood up on a date, and maybe that was kind of like a little trigger or whatever for her. I don't know. Yeah. But I liked how her relationship with her child, and I felt like that was something that she should have been very considerate of as time went on and she started to see things and she started to suspect David was a culprit. And when she started to see how Adele was and start finding out all of this information about Adele, I felt like she should have really separated herself because she had an out. She literally had an out to get and remove herself from all of that. And she didn't. She acted like the people in the horror flicks that still go to the noise when they know that it's dangerous. That's how she acted. So, mhm. I think Louise could chose exactly. Exactly. And then when you're hiding, you let her convince you to hide that relationship. Not only were you having an affair with this man, but this man was your boss. And I think he should have been privy to the fact that you were hanging out with his wife the way that you were. Like he just like it makes it look really weird and suspect that he has to find out after the fact that you've been hanging out with his wife. That's weird. It actually makes Louise come off as a crazy stalker, single white female kind of type person, you know? Yes, she was. And she, like I said, she was very naive in the way that she went about interacting with both of them. And then her son going away for a while, that just really gave her more time to go and play and, you know. Oh, goodness. All right, let's see. Next question. Let me see. All right, so what do you know and when do you know it? And at what point in the series do you begin to piece together what happened? Yes, she did. Yes, she did, Christy. And she didn't listen to her. She should have listened. The fact that you find out the man is your boss, like he walks up, it's not that you didn't know he was married. He walked up into your place of employment with his wife. You knew. You knew. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Jacqueline. Because, you know, we can never say that we really knew. The only thing that was really strange to me, and think about it, Rob met David one time. He was there, what, a few days with him? Or was it just one day he was there with David? I think it might have even been just one day. It was something about the way that Rob looked at David. And I was like, but I blocked it. I was like, nah, you're tripping. For a minute there, I was like, I don't like the way he looked at him. Because it wasn't like he looked at him with envy and jealousy. It was a whole nother kind of look he gave David. And I was just like, nah, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. It's so good, Raz. It's so good. As soon as Adele told Louise she had a night church. Yes. The confirmation was when Rob met David at the home. Yes. That's I like I said, I felt something was not right there, but then I blocked it out of my mind. I was like, nah. Yes. Yes. And so I was just like, nah. He's just envious and jealous because he's with Adele and he wants Adele. But then again, think about this, guys. How quickly his love and affection for Adele changed in that meeting at the cottage. Like, quickly. That is crazy. That's crazy. Yes, he did look it up. And so he started thinking, how can I use this to my advantage? Now, I can understand night terrors, but that whole projecting your body thing, it was a little weird for me. And considering that started happening in the later episodes, I probably would have stopped watching if it had happened in the earlier episodes because it just seemed too much like, on the spiritualism side for me. And it was just like, I don't do with that spiritualism stuff. So it was kind of like, oh Lord, what am I watching kind of thing. But yeah. Rob to the lady at the hospital who got Adele to talk to her from that he I missed that. I missed that totally. Totally. Because that's why I blocked it out of my mind. Like, nah, he's not feeling that look didn't mean what I think it did. That's why I blocked it. I totally missed that. But then you did watch it twice, Christy. So you probably caught on to more things than we did. But yeah, pretty cool there. So yeah, we're kind of talking about that, clues that we picked up on. So we're kind of talking about that. Hey, Teresa. Oh, okay. You can, when you watch it, you can give us your thoughts, Teresa. And that's who you got the smokes from. Y'all, I missed that totally. I think I was so caught up in his obsession with Adele that it didn't even, I just missed him having any kind of attraction or anything like that to men. But he seemed very kind of like possessive of her. You know what I mean? Like he didn't want her with David. He wanted her. But then this is before he met David. It's like her talking about David kind of seemed like it brought up like anger and jealousy and envy to him, and like I want you. Why do you not want me? Why do you want David? And I always felt like he had an obsession with her. But think about this. She's the one that taught him about the body projection thing. So it wasn't like he was searching her for that. Oh, yes, Raz. Yeah, possibly. But from what Christy and Jacqueline remember, he was, kind of open about it. He loved her as being an overprotective brother. Interesting. Y'all got me really thinking. I can't wait to go back and watch it again. So her talking about David and constantly talking about David, he started falling from him before he met him. Because Rob just looked crazy. Rob just looked crazy. Like he looked like he would snap and do something in a heartbeat, But wow. Oh goodness. All right. So we kind of talk about this too, things that kind of tripped us up, The main thing that tripped me up is at one part of the series, I started to think that David was the bad guy. They started to make you believe that he was the problem, that he was just possibly being controlling and abusive to his wife. But he was just tolerating her in a sense. He was tolerating her because poor David, she wasn't the woman that he thought she was the whole time, but he didn't even know that she literally was not the woman that he thought she was. So, oh man. Yeah, I started to really think that David was the problem until Louise couldn't leave well enough alone and started digging and fishing and and then too, I always kind of was suspect of him being the problem because Adele was trying to keep her relationship with Louise secret from him. And she did that manipulative thing she did with his patient. Yeah, that's when I knew. I was like, no, Adele is definitely the problem. She's definitely the one. Yeah, that was all kinds of crazy. Like, what? Like, why did she do, like, what? Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, the whole show was just like so yeah, we've kind of discussed some of these as well, some of the twists and turns. So all the different twists and turns, do you think they added to the series? Did you think they took away from the series? Did everything seem like it fit? The twists and turns kind of did they seem like they fit in where they occurred? Okay, so I just thought about something. So Adele teaching Louise to do this whole projection thing. Do you think it was a plan from then to take over her body, or you think it was all planned out, or just after a while Adele decided to take over her body, or did she decide that when she taught her how to project herself? You think so? Yeah. I actually came across this site when I was, trying to find some discussion questions, and one of the sites was talking about all the unanswered questions. But I guess if we read the book, maybe that will help with a lot of our unanswered questions. I felt the camera angles in the very beginning were suspect and led me to believe this was a plan all along. It's crazy. You got to be a crazy person to just even think of something like that. Just goodness. David couldn't stand us. He's going to take over. You mean Rob? Yes. I mean, Raz, it has been weeks since I finished this series, and I am still mind blown to this day. I think it is something that will always just like be, because I just was not expecting the ending, like at all. At all. Especially in the office when we spilled all the info to David. Yeah. And then you never know when Adele was present. You know what I mean? You never know. She was probably present at all times. Yes, it is. I see what you're saying. Yes. Yes, because she realized that he was into Louise, and I need you to be into me. So I need to be her. I'm going to be whoever you gravitate to, David. I'm going to be whoever you gravitate to. Yes. Yes. It was just genius. I have to read the book. I'm going to have to read the book. Like, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to read the book. I'm more of a book person as opposed to. Now, considering how good this was, and it was based on a book, that book has to be like amazing, because most TV shows, movies, miniseries are horrible compared to the book. So it has to be amazing. um, well, this is based on the book, this question, so we weren't turning pages, but did you find yourself anxious when watching each episode, or at what point does the suspense start to build? Where does it climax and then perhaps start rising again? Now, I did get a little annoyed with Louise's little night terrors. I got annoyed with her going to that door all the time. I understand the reasoning for that, to build up to her being able to go through the door or whatever. But like her night terrors, I don't feel like her night terrors were ever explained. Like, why is she having these night terrors? And what do they mean to her? Other than the fact that Adele is trying to get her to project herself. What do these night terrors mean for Louise? I don't think I still know the answer to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. With the other lady. Yeah. Just like drugs, David was ripped. Yes. And think about it. Rob already probably had addictions. He was in that facility. So there are several types of addiction. So you're right, Jacqueline. That wasn't another addiction for him. You have to, Raz, and give us your thoughts. Yes. I'm telling y'all, I watched it all, getting these braids put in my head. Like, my cousin and I sat and watched the entire thing. Like, that tells you how many hours I spent getting my hair done. Because we watched the entire series just while I was sitting there getting my hair done. Yeah. And we still had time to watch some more stuff before she was done. So, yeah. Yes, an addictive person and obsessive, very, and controlling. And controlling. I think, like Christy said, because of the previous woman, that built up more of the, well, I'm not going to say controlling. I'm going to say manipulative. A manipulative personality. That's what Rob had as Adele. And I think that the manipulation came after, like Chrissy said, the previous experience David had with the other woman. I did think it was odd when Adele kept shooting up the drugs. Again, addiction. Yeah. Wow. Woo! Goodness. But yeah, I still have unanswered questions. I think reading the book will give me like more background into Louise and why she had those night terrors. Because that's one thing I wasn't understanding. Why was she having them? And since Adele was really Rob, it makes sense why either one of them actually would be having night terrors, because they both had some issues while they were in the facility in the first place. Adele knew that after that last one, he could threaten girls away. To become, yes, that gave Adele some power in that relationship, and that probably explains a lot of David's frustration and disgust for Adele because of what she did to the other woman. Yep. That was where that David asked where the bad parts of the area were, like, since Adele wasn't in rehab for drug addiction. That's interesting. But remember, Adele was Rob. But that is strange that he asked that. Yep. Interesting question, Jacqueline. I don't think Hospital Adele had any problems. She had to go there because she was seen as the person who may have set the fire. Yeah. Do y'all think she set the fire? Because do we really know pre takeover Adele? Do we really know her? You know what I mean? Do we really know her? I don't know. I was kind of leaning towards the fact that she might have started the fire because I wouldn't think that David would have done that. Or maybe he did, and that was something that Adele and Rob could hold over his head. But I don't know. But see, I could see Rob starting that fire, but I don't think he knew her prior to them being in the facility together. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch it again. Hey, Nali. Yeah, I don't think David would have done it. So there was something in her that attracted Rob considering who he was. You know what I mean? So just very, very interesting. All right. Last question I got for y'all. The infamous ending. Do you feel that it was believable? Do you think it was forced? Do you think it was predictable? Whoa, I don't think any of us would say it was predictable. I would have never, ever predicted that ending. No, 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 no. I was sitting there with my mouth open, like, what in the world did I just watch? Like, what did I just watch? Like, yeah, I don't think I would have ever predicted it. Oh yeah, we all should read it. Yes, we've all got to read it, y'all. We've all got to go get the book. Yes, 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 yes. Um, do I feel that the ending was forced? I think it made a lot of sense. It was like we were on a journey putting a puzzle together, and that ending was like the last little piece, and it was like we had a puzzle, and the puzzle pieces didn't look like they were gonna make the same puzzle, but it made it all come together. It just made so. Oh, I'm still mind blown, y'all. I'm just so mind blown about that freaking ending. Oh, yes, that poor little boy. He knew that was not his mama. He knew. And then his dad should have been suspect of the way she was acting. You know, it was like, that ain't Louise. That ain't how Louise acts. And even David should have been suspect in how she was starting to act with her son. I just never would have expected that ending. The poor baby. The poor baby. That was mind blowing. And you know you want more because you're like, will David ever realize? And then I gotta say that I really feel sorry for David. He has no clue. None. That it's been Rob this whole time. Oh my goodness. Like, dude, you're sleeping with a dude. Like, that's not your wife. That's not Adele. That's not Louise. It's Rob. It's Rob. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Poor David. Oh. Oh. That is another question. What was torn out of the journal? I want to know. So apparently, Rob tore everything out of the journal because Adele wouldn't have. So now we know Rob tore all those pages out of the journal. Mm. Mm. Yes, we do. Poor David. Can you imagine? Like if somebody comes and tells you, hey, you know, that woman Adele that you were in love with, and she tried to kill this other woman, and this other woman, that she was never Adele. After a while, that was never her. Oh man. Goodness. Mind blowing. That's the one thing I can say about the series. It was mind blowing. It's like David's adult life has been a lie. Like David's adult life has been a lie. But maybe, okay, let's think about something. David never knew that Adele was Rob. What did post cottage Adele do that made David want to go outside of his marriage? So what was Rob doing as Adele that made this man want to go outside of his marriage? That's what I want to know. Yeah. What did Rob do as Adele? Because Louise wasn't the first. That other lady we know, they didn't hint to whether or not there were others, but we know there was the other lady that David stepped out of the marriage with. What in the world? Yes, he did. And so Adele could go back to any place she had ever been to before, remember? So could it be that she was able to go way back and find out some secrets about David and was holding that over his head? I don't know. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Rob was just honestly being himself. He couldn't understand it, but felt guilty that he left. That's probably what in the world she was holding over his head. And because he loved the real Adele so much, he was willing to help cover that up. And that's a mistake he made. That was a mistake that he made. And that was probably always held over his head to get him to do and just to be manipulative and controlling with him. True. Okay. All that jazz. Yeah. I think the real Adele lured him there at the time of the fire. Maybe maybe if push come to shove, she was going to blame it on him. I don't know. It's just weird. Yes. So because of that, they would have assumed, yes, he did kill this man. Wow. But the fact that, like, even though Louise got a hold of Rob's sister, it was like, did anybody care to know what happened to Rob? Although Rob was just fine. I am still like tripping over this. It was Rob the whole time. It was Rob the whole time. Roladale said she was traveling because she wanted to see what other people lived like. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, nobody seemed to care about Rob, but Rob was doing just fine. Rob was living the life of somebody else. Oh my goodness. So it's like, was there any rehabilitation for Rob? Apparently not, that he was able to quickly, after getting out of the facility, do what he did. He was not rehabilitated. Maybe Rob just had demons and he couldn't overcome them. He just couldn't. Hi, mamma mia, mamma mia. Mm-hmm. And he got that. He got that as being Adele. You're right, Sherry. He was living the life. Rob was living the life. Oh my goodness. He was living the life. I have to get the book. Y'all, we're gonna have to read the book. Oh my word. Y'all, just talking about it, it just makes me even more mind blown. Like, mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh goodness. Rob. I'm gonna be leery of men named Rob and Robert. Yes, I agree. Maybe we can do like Zoom or something, Bible Zoom like book study or something. That way people that don't read it don't have to deal with us talking about it on here. But I agree. Let's all get the book. Once we all get the book and we all know who's going to read it, we can start from there and do like book club on Zoom or something. Be awesome. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we could do it on the Discord. That's right. You know what the problem I was having was, I don't know if Kate's still on here. The problem I was having was trying to access it through the link. I had to type in the link, like manually type it in, and then I was able to get on there. Yeah. When I tell y'all, I haven't been so intrigued by something in the way that I was intrigued by this since I watched that movie Fallen with Denzel Washington years and years ago. because that's the only thing I could think of that even comes kind of close to this whole body projection thing. Um, so yeah. Yes, I saw that. I didn't bother to watch the trial or anything like that. To tell you the truth, um, it's not that I try to ignore those things. I just try not to dwell on them because it can be very jarring emotionally, you know, very much so. But yes, so yeah, we will all grab that book and we will have us some reading. Yeah, 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 yeah. Woo. I hope it's one of those books that like has the discussion questions in the back. You know how some books do that? I love when books do that. Right? I love that. Yeah. About when Adele had layers of waking up on the bed. It felt like the movie Inception. I didn't quite understand. I don't think I've ever seen Inception. Have I seen that? I don't think I have. Y'all, I have like a brownie mix. I have a um cinnamon streusel cake mix, and I have to use those or they're gonna go bad. But the only reason I haven't made the brownies is because little bro don't eat chocolate, and I'm like, I mean, I could, but I don't want to eat a whole thing of brownies by myself. So when I make those, I'm gonna have to make sure like my bestie knows I've made them so he can come and get some. I know he will help me eat them. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that one. Mm-mm. Y'all, I still have so many snacks. Like, it's not even funny. Just to name a few, I'm looking at them right now. I'm looking at all these snacks. I have those two mixes I just told y'all about. Um, I have still some of those chewy sprees that I got off of Amazon. I still have marshmallow eggs from the holidays. Um, Marshmallow chocolate eggs. I still have the Reese's pretzels. I think wasn't that the snack last week or a couple weeks ago? I still have these and I haven't opened them. Um, I now have these cookies. This was a snack of the day, if y'all didn't catch that. I also bought some more cookies yesterday. I bought the Oreo lemon thins, the thin ones. I have still a half gallon of ice cream and 2 pints of ice cream because I bought a pint yesterday. Um, what else? I have Cheeto Puffs. So I always keep some kind of cheesy snack. I thought I had Cheez-Its, but I guess I ate those. I still have some chocolate candy in the refrigerator. I still have 2 other packs of Oreos that I've bought. So I have 3 packs of Oreo cookies. My goodness. Yeah. Houston, we have a problem. Oh my word. And you know what else I have still? I bought what was it at? My brother was threatening to eat it. Oh, I still have these. Remember these? Um, where's my? I had a whatchamacallit. My brother was threatening to eat it. I still have this. Where's my whatchamacallit? If he ate my whatchamacallit, I'm gonna beat his whatchamacallit. um, are these mine or are these his? These might be my brother's. I can't remember if these are mine or his. I don't know. There's a lot of snacks around here. Yeah, so next time I go hang out with Bestie, I'm just going to pack up a bag of snacks and take them to him. I should have took him some stuff yesterday when I went over there. I wasn't thinking. Yeah, I'm always giving him snacks. Doesn't he have the bestest friend in the world? Because I'm always giving him snacks. Now I'm really wondering where my whatchamacallit is. Oh, and I just got a pack of two packs of Girl Scout cookies from my mom yesterday. Okay, y'all, we have a problem. There's way too many snacks in here. OMG. Yeah, we've got problems. I need to start like taking stuff to my coworkers or something. I got to get some of this stuff out of here. It's a lot of stuff. What is this? Oh, I forgot I even bought this. I forgot I bought this. I bought this and I wanted to try it. You know, when you go to the store hungry, it was one of those times. No, I got some new Girl Scout cookies. They're French toast. They're okay. They're not like super great, but they're okay. But I could tell you this, it was sweet. It made my tooth hurt. Like right away, my tooth started hurting. Yeah, so we're gonna test this next week. I forgot about this. That's because it was still in the bag. But I've had it for like 2 weeks, y'all. Oh my goodness. I have snack issues. I think we've come to that conclusion. Yeah. I think we've come to that. But where's my whatchamacallit? If he ate my whatchamacallit, he is going to get it. I do not have snacks under my pillow. I have a huge fear of having ants in my room because I've gotten ants in my room on more than one occasion, and I hate ants. So although I might eat in my room sometimes, I am very careful, and I don't like to keep anything in my room other than water. I don't want anything staying in there overnight. No. And water. That's about it. Yeah. That's about it. All right, guys, I really enjoyed discussing this, and we're going to get to discuss it again because we're going to get the book. Yes, we're going to get the book. So let me know when each of you have gotten that. Thanks for checking for Amazon for us, Sherry, and we will make it happen. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, what is it called again? Duh, behind her eye. Yeah, so they have it in paperback. They have it on the Kindle. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and grab that book when I make my next Amazon order. Yes. Yes, it does make perfect sense. Yes, it does. Oh, I still can't believe it was Rob the whole time. It was Rob. The whole time it was Rob. That's why Adele was able to deal with that patient the way that she was, because that's his kind of people, you know? Wow. All right, guys, I will see y'all. I have several videos to film and I have not filmed anything today. Um, I really like to film, preferably with natural lighting, but I'm gonna go in here and try and film a couple of videos because I didn't film yesterday, which I was supposed to. I was, I just was tired yesterday. I didn't feel like doing anything. Um, but yeah, so I will see you guys. Y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all next time. Bye bye. Yes, watch You on Netflix. That's another good one.